Welcome to Education Today. I'm Mallory Bear.
And I'm Zoe Geyer of Armstrong High School in the Armstrong School District.
Tonight we are talking with members of a local community organization. This organization is deeply rooted in our district's community and provides programs for our high school students as well as avenues for them to become involved. This group is a local Rotary. We are also going to talk about what they do in both the community and internationally. Welcome to Education Today.
Can you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Thank you. My name is Mike McElhaney. I work for Habitat for Humanity in Armstrong County, and I'm very much involved with our Katanning Rotary Club. I'm the past president. I'm involved in a lot of the Rotary activities.
How did you become involved in Rotary?
Originally, I was a YMCA director, and the youth in the YMCA in the town were supported by the Rotary. So I joined Rotary so I could connect the youth programs, and then I ended up being really involved with Rotary, and I've traveled to 6 different countries with Rotary, and and I love it.
What exactly is the Rotary and who makes up its members?
The members are community leaders from different avenues of service, and we meet weekly and we come up with activities to do to help the community locally plus internationally.
How does someone become involved with your organization?
We're simply asked by another member to come visit. You come visit for 3 meetings, see if you like what we're doing, if something you might want to participate with. And by design, our Rotary Club, you may have seen this Rotary logo. The Rotary logo represents that we're rotating from different businesses. And when it started in Chicago, they would have lunch at different businesses. So even though these were sort of competing people, they got together to help the community. So in our Rotary, you'll find that we have educators, lawyers, bankers, people like myself who are in community service. So it's a variety of community leaders who get together to do some good for the local community and for the region and nation.
Are your meetings open to the public?
They're open to the public. We meet Mondays at noon, and we're at the Grace Presbyterian Church in Katanning. So you can stop by. It's a lunch meeting and visit with us. We have a lot of students visit. We support scholarships, and there's a training that we have for Rova and Ryla. It's leadership training, and then after the students go to the training, they come to our lunch and explain what they've learned. So you're welcome to come to our lunch every Monday at the Presbyterian Church.
Can you give us some history on the Rotary?
I'll give you the quick history. It started in 1905. As I said, with one man, Paul Harris, who got together some friends and they started rotating. They'd have lunch at each one of their businesses. And then they found out that they were really enjoying doing community service outside of their work, and it grew significantly. So we are now in 130 countries. We provide significant services. Our avenues of service are in education, in health and medicine. We do a water retention program where we support water projects throughout the country, and educational leadership.
What challenges does the Rotary face, if any?
Just that people are so busy and it's hard for them to commit to something else. So we are busy people asking them to do more things. We're lacking help, so we're starting an Interact Club, which is a high school version of Rotary, so we can get more high school students involved in serving at a younger age, and then also would be available to help us with activities when we need them.
Yeah, what are some of the responsibilities that come along with the position you're in now?
It's really promoting our missions and our programs. So for example, I go to Dominican Republic once a year to install water filters. So we have families that have dirty water, and for $100 US, we put a filter in and they have clean water for 12 years.
Wow.
Well, that's the end of the road. So in between, I need to raise a lot of funds, raise a lot of awareness so that we can help these people do these things. But that's an example of some of the things that we do.
Is there any other information you'd like to share regarding your job or information that you feel people should know and understand?
Just the Rotary Club is a service club, and it's open to business leaders. And you're welcome to come visit us and learn about it. And our new and improved Interact Club that we're planning on starting at the high school here.
Where or how can people find out more information about the Rotary and what you do?
They could contact me. The direct is 724-467-2771. And my email is mike@armstronghabitat.org. Connect me either one of those ways, and if you have any questions about Rotary, I'd be glad to share it.
Okay, Thanks very much. We are going to take a short break and we'll be right back with Armstrong School District's Education Today.
I'm Indiana County Sheriff Bob Fyhawk. We're all proud of Indiana County, but we must be worried about the negative growth of drugs and alcohol abuse. It is the responsibility of all of us, parents, teachers, and community leaders, to provide the best possible education to our youth in the prevention of drug and alcohol abuse. The law is a deterrent, but education is still our best protection. Help keep Indiana safe and drug-free. For more information on how to talk to your kids about drugs and alcohol, go to the abovetheinfluence.com, brought to you by the Armstrong Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
All your professors, all of them, they know that all it takes is one dreamer with passion, one person, and they hope in each of you that you might be that one who makes a longer lasting light bulb, who writes music for the ages, who reaches into the mind and discovers a new star, and who can change the world of a fifth grader. We're gathered here to hope in you.
The brain is a remarkable organ. It's almost infinite in its capacity. Its ability to reach its full potential is limited by only one thing: the heart. For if the heart isn't fully engaged in what you're doing, if you have no drive, no passion, the brain will simply go through the motions. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Vince Mercuri, Executive Director of the Open Door. Worried, scared, confused, not sure where to turn for help? The Open Door, a behavioral health organization, has a full range of addiction counseling services and mental health crisis intervention services which may be able to help. Call 724-465-2605 or 1-877-333-2470. The Open Door, steps towards hope, courage, and recovery. Brought to you by the Armstrong Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
We're back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. Tonight we are talking about the local Rotary organization.
Let's talk a little bit about what the Rotary actually does. What kind of things are done at the local level?
Well, I'm glad you asked. To help our educational component, we visit the elementary schools twice a year. Last week we went to every second grade class and we took a half hour and we read a book to them that was written by a friend of ours, and he signed it to them, and then we gave it to the class. So all of the second graders got exposure to another book and also to a different adult coming to their classroom. In the fall, we go to every third grade class and we donate a dictionary to every student. And we spend an hour going through the dictionary and the thesaurus and talking about it, and then we sign it over to them. They get their very own dictionary to take home, and it's pretty cool.
What is done at the international level?
At the international level, Polio Plus is a key thing that we've done. A lot of people don't know that polio is still a threatening disease in the world. We've been working the last 25 years to eradicate polio in the world, and we're down to 2 countries. So when we get Afghanistan and Pakistan done, then it won't reoccur. Last year we finally got India done. Bill Gates has donated millions of dollars to match the millions of dollars that we've raised so that people can eradicate polio throughout the world. The other emphasis that we have internationally is on safe and clean water. We help build water systems and water wells and also individual water filters where there's remote areas.
Do you work with other Rotaries in other communities or other countries?
Yes to all those things. So I just met last weekend with 20 of the Rotary clubs in our area, so as to what they're doing, and we do some things together. I took a trip last year to Kosovo, and I learned about the Rotary in Kosovo and how Rotary helped it after the war. And tomorrow night we're having a meeting to host some Kosovo exchange students to come here. So we do exchange students and exchange programs. There's also a a youth exchange where for your junior or senior year you can study abroad. So you apply to Rotary, you pick a country that you like, and you actually spend your junior or senior year studying, and then meanwhile someone from another country will come here and we'll host them and they'll get to learn about our educational system.
Do you work with any other community organizations?
We work with a lot of schools and churches, with the YMCA, obviously with Habitat for Humanity, because I'm here. We support Haven every week, so there's a lot of agencies that are involved with us.
What programs do you have for our local high school students?
It's called RYLA, R-Y-L-A. It's Rotary Youth Award, and it's a 1 week in the spring where students go, and it's an intense leadership training. So it's really for advanced students that qualify for this. In fact, as we speak, we're interviewing students right now to go to RYLA for this year. Certainly joining our new Interact Club would be a great way for high school students to get involved. Or as we have activities, you can just help us with things. You know, if you know, there's a huge art festival in Katanning in the summer. We run a little lemonade stand there, and we need about 60 people during the days to help do that. So we can use volunteers, utilize volunteers to do that.
I understand that there is a program in place that helps students become involved with Rotary. What is Interact?
So Interact is actually a service club that's related to Rotary that's run by and for high school students. So if and when there's a club here, you can imagine there might be 8 to 15 students in a club. They have their own president or vice president. They decide what kind of programs they want to support. They decide their fundraiser. It's actually a living example of a volunteer service club on the high school level.
Was there an initiative that you were involved with in regards to libraries?
Yeah, so we're supporting the Ford City Library right now. We just made a donation to them. We're also looking at starting a satellite club in Ford City and perhaps basing it out of the library there.
What reactions do you get from kids and parents?
The parents are somewhat supportive. When we send students abroad, the moms of the boys are very hesitant that their little boy should go away. The moms and dads of the girls seem to be supportive that they're mature enough and ready to go. Also, when we have families hosting people from other countries, sometimes in the beginning they're a little shy about it, and then afterwards they're so thankful that they got to learn about another country, and it's a really great way, you know, to do this educational discourse, that you really get to have someone living in your house and you learn about another culture. So originally, though, it's a little hard to get them to say yes, and then afterwards I can't stop them. They're like, oh, we want someone next year and our neighbors want them and it's really good and thank you, thank you. I mean, I had one family I really had to twist their arms to be an exchange host parent with a young lady from Germany, and then 4 years later they're in Germany going to her wedding. I mean, they're like aunts and uncles. You know, it really developed a nice relationship.
What is the key to a successful program?
I think having clear goals and allowing lots of people to get involved. You just don't want 1 or 2 people doing things. You want everybody's hands going in the right direction, which is a little harder than it sounds. But also, like say, the clear goals. Like we raise money for water, we raise money for education, we raise money to eliminate polio in the world. Those are pretty lofty, neat goals that we get to support.
For those who may want to be involved in an initiative, do they have to be a member of the Rotary to do so, and would they need state clearances?
They do not need to be a member to participate in our programs, and they don't need state clearances either. So they just contact us. If you want me to give my information again, or you want to do it at the end, but they're welcome to help.
Is there anything else you would like to add for the benefit of our viewers?
Just that I think volunteerism is on a growth in America. I visit lots of other countries where they don't have volunteers like we do. They don't get that every little league, every swim team, everything, there's a parent group supporting it. So we're used to volunteering. It's part of our makeup. And I'm seeing that there's an increase in that, and there's an increase in the college and high school students to be very specific with what they want to volunteer for. They just don't want to help in general. They want to know exactly what am I helping? What can I do to help? And then with that comes a lot of serious volunteer support.
Well, that's our show for today. I'd like to thank Mr. Brad Atwood and Mr. Michael Mack of the Rotary Club for taking the time out of their schedules to join us. Our thanks also go out to the TV production students of Armstrong High School, led by their teacher, Mr. Josh Miklos. They were our film crew today.
Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District. DVD copies of this and all Education Today programming can be requested by contacting Chris Garatano, Multimedia Technician at Armstrong High School. Visit our website for the updated information about the district and have a great week.